program that can make life easier for a lot of game users. It's called Game Doctor, and its origin is based on a real-life problem.
Well, as a retail store, we ended up getting a lot of people that would buy a game, take it home, and not be able to get it to run. So they'd come back. They usually come back to us first. First place they buy it is where they come back. They don't phone tech support number. They walk in and they say, I had a problem, and then we ask them what the problem is. It's usually out of memory. And we ask them, oh, do you know how to reconfigure your autoexec or config.sys? They say no. So then we spend a few minutes or more talking to them, trying to get them to figure out how to do it themselves. What happened the majority of times was that people would actually bring their system in and we'd do a limited multi-config setup that would actually get them to run.
To keep their shop from becoming an extended technical support line for game publishers, the Mad Mouse owners decided to make their own game configuration utility. Game Doctor is a multi-configuration program that can adjust a computer's memory allocation and system resources to run and switch between several games without boot disks or changing the computer's configuration files. It may not seem like a major accomplishment except to a game user.
It was frustrating because you'd put the game in and you'd get out-of-memory error. You'd have to take the time, read along, figure out how to make a boot disk. Well, I'm not really computer literate, to be honest. I prefer something that's very user-friendly, and I've discovered with the Game Doctor, it will allow me to use a variety of configurations so I don't have to bother with a boot disk anymore. It's put it in. If you get the wrong configuration wrong initially, then you can just try another one, and eventually you will get the right configuration so it runs.
Mad Mouse is beginning to advertise their product, but Game Doctor sells mostly by word of mouth. The recurring problems faced by game buyers also boost sales. As for supplying customers with trouble-free software from the start, Mad Mouse views it as a shared responsibility between publisher and retailer.
One of the biggest problems is that there's so many different variations of computers out there, you have to be able to recognize what they're doing. And then based on that, build a configuration that will match for the game as well as for the computer. The software industry can't possibly take everybody in consideration when they do a product. So they have to change, they have to do something. So what they've done is they've tried to give a product that works on a good percentage of machines, and on the machines that aren't configured right, here's how to make them work.
Whether or not Game Doctor should be included with every expensive game or sold separately, the developers have found a way to overcome one of the most common frustrations of PC users.
There's no more playing with anything. I don't have to try and make these boot disks. And I think I'm like everybody. When I first get that game, I don't want to read the manual. I want to put it in. I want to have a look and see what the game looks like. I want to play with it a little bit. Now, it takes me a couple of, maybe 30 seconds to get the right system up, and away I go.
For the Computer Chronicles, I'm Giles Bateman.